Hi everyone, welcome to LitBits, quick tips to help your child get better at reading. My name is Tamara Martin-Spady. I'm a literacy consultant with Elk Island Public Schools. I work with a lot of kids who want to get better at reading, so I thought I'd share some of my ideas so that you can try these at home. Today we're going to talk about something that I really love called Map the Snap. If you're in some of our schools, you will see this all over our division, teachers using Map the Snap with their kids. This is a name that we've coined, but the fancy term is actually orthographic mapping. If you're more interested about this, Google it and you'll find tons of information. Basically what orthographic mapping is it's the process we use to permanently store words into our long-term memory. We used to think that the way that we stored words was as a visual picture, but that's not actually true. And that's why when you drill kids with flashcards on their spelling words, they don't remember them. That is not how we learn. The way we learn is we have to hear the sound the letter makes, match it with the written representation of the letter, and when we put those into words, they will move to our long-term memory. Now for some kids, this happens very quickly. It only takes 1 to 4 times of learning a new word and they've got it in their long-term memory forever. But for some of our readers, it can take up to 100 practices of moving just one word, matching those letters and sounds before it actually moves to that long-term memory. So I'm going to show you a process that we've been doing in schools that really helps kids learn this. So in classrooms, you'll often see this little grid. It's called Map the Snap. At home, you don't have this. So what you might want to do is just get a piece of paper and you want to draw a grid. So I'm going to draw one here. It doesn't have to be pretty. You could make this on your computer. You could draw it, divide it in half, and then make about 5 or 6 boxes. Let's make 5. Okay, so we have that. The next thing you want to do is you want to grab something that the kids can move around on that grid. So I have some little hearts that I found at the dollar store around Valentine's Day. These are going to be our sounds, and I'm going to show you how we do this process with different words. You might want to follow along at home. Feel free to pause the video if you want to work with your child and stop. Okay, the first word we're going to try to map is the word dog. So what I'm going to say to my child is, the word is dog. How many sounds do you hear in dog? And together we're going to go like this. D, A, G. That's 3 sounds. That means we need 3 of our counters. And what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to go D, A, G. Now it's very important that your child says the sounds as they move them up. Remember, how our brain works is it has to take a sound and match it to a letter. If they're not making the sound or hearing the sound, it doesn't glue together to move that to our memory. Okay, so we've done the sounds once. Now we're going to do it again. We're going to take them and we're going to move them to the top box. We're going to go D, A, G, dog. Okay, now you'll want to ask your child what letters go. So you don't have to start with the first letter. You could. For this one, let's start with the first letter. So I'm hearing D, D, D. What letter goes with D, D, D? And your child is going to tell you that's a D. So you're going to help them make sure they don't get a backwards D. That is very common. Another quick thing to note is backwards letters are not a sign of dyslexia. Again, that was something we used to think was true, but now we know that it's not. They're just that the kids need more practice and more reminders on it. Okay, so we've got D. Our next sound we heard was aw. Of course, your child is going to tell you that's an O. If they don't know it, you can prompt them and help them out. And then so now we've got D, A, G. So the last letter we want is our sound is G. The letter we want to match G is our G. Okay, don't stop here. Have them do this. D, A, G, dog. Our biggest bang for learning how to read words and spell words is to make the sounds called segmenting and blend them back together. D-o-g, dog. Okay, let's clear our board. Oh, our next word is frog. You could point out that's a rhyming word. Okay, let's make the sounds first. Are we ready? Here we go. F, aw, g. How many sounds? 4 sounds. That means we need 4 counters. Let's move them and make sure your child makes the sound. F, aw, g. Og. Okay, here we go. To get that sound practice again, let's move them up. Finger on the bottom one. We're going to go f, aw, g, and let's match the letters. This time, let's not start at the beginning. We could do this. Okay, f, aw, g, g, g. What is the ending sound? Because we do want kids to become familiar with beginning, middle, and ending sounds, so we can mix it up sometimes. I'm hoping they'll say that G goes with the letter G. We write it in here. Okay, we've got F. Let's do the beginning sound. Okay, we hear a F. We know that goes with F. Okay, we've got F, We know that's an R. F, aw. We know that's an O. Let's blend, let's segment and blend. F, aw, g, frog. Here we go. Let's try a new one. Our next word is chip. This one is tricky because this one has 4 letters. But listen, let's make the sounds. Ch, I, p. Just 3 sounds, but 4 letters. That means 2 letters are working together to make 1 sound. Ch isn't 2 sounds, it's just 1 sound. So for our sounds, we're going to go ch, I, p. Okay, let's see how we do this. So if we heard ch, ch, and we look at our word, we know that there are 2 letters, CH, that are working together to make this 1 sound. So we put these in 1 box. This is something that's sometimes hard for kids to remember, and when we box them together like this, that helps them remember that 2 letters make that 1 sound. Side note, in our English language, there are approximately 44 different sounds that letters can make. Okay, so we've got ch, I, 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 I. That's an I. Ch, I, p, p, p. That's a P. Okay, let's segment and blend. Ch, I, p, chip. Ooh, here's a tricky one for you. Thing. This one is tricky. I'm going to show you how you do NG words. So we're going to make the sounds for thing. We've got I, So 3 sounds, but 5 letters. That means some of the letters are working together to make 1 sound. Okay, so let's make our sounds again to practice. I, Let's move them up to practice. I, And here we go. This is called a quiet TH. Did you know that there's a noisy TH and a quiet TH? When you touch your throat and you go, you feel nothing. So we call it the quiet TH. But if you go, you'll feel your throat vibrating, and that's a noisy TH, for example, in the word the, that, them. But thing is a quiet TH. So is 1 sound, but 2 letters that make that sound. Then we hear th, I, I. And lastly, is a sound in the English language. It's one of those 44 phonemes. The N and G are called glued letters, and they go together, because if I wanted, I could then make this thang or thong. These 2 go together. Lots of kids learn the Ing brothers, ING, that they go together, and the Ing brothers are fine to learn to help you remember, but really the NG are the 2 that go together, and this one is separate. Ooh, we've got a silent E word up here. Magic E, I like to call it. Okay, let's look at this. We've got the word make. It's 4 letters. I give them the word ahead of time for this one for sure, because if I say map the sounds for make, they're going to go a, k, and they're probably just going to spell it M-A-K, but I want them to see that the E actually makes the A say its long name. So let's make the sounds. A, k. And let's move them on up again. A, k. Okay, how are we going to map this? Well, we know that goes with the letter M, so we'll write that in. And we know that A goes with the letter A. And we're seeing the word, so there's no question that it's a K. It's not a C. So we want A, k, k, k. That's the K. Now, we can't have any letters outside of where we have sounds. So we're going to sneak this E right here. It's silent, but what we know is that it actually bumps that letter and makes it say its name. Segment, a, k, make. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned for our next LitBit.